Look, guys, never ever do this when a younger woman looks your way. Never ever, especially if she's a younger woman. In fact, never do any of these 4 things or you can land yourself in a big pot of hot water or you just creep her out. And most likely you're doing at least one of these 4 things and don't even realize it. You know when a sassy little lassie looks at you from across the room and she's got those big Bambi eyes and she's checking you out? Hey, a lot of these younger women have a little fantasy about older guys, meaning you, compadre. And you're surprised because she's looked at you. So what do you do next? Well, don't freak out, gentlemen, because you can blow it all in just half a second. Half a second is all it takes to creep a girl out or make her think you're a loser or a loser forever. But if you get this right, guys, you can turn that one small gaze from her into your potential girlfriend. So here's the 4 things you should never, ever do when a younger woman looks at you. And guys, you're gonna want to stick around to the very end of this video because I have a very special extra bonus tip for you. And this is a foolproof little trick guaranteed to get a pretty girl to look at you 3 times. To have her look at you once, to have her look at you twice, to have her look at you yes again, to get those 3 green lights from her that you really want before you make your move on her. And by the way, since you're watching and this is the kind of topic that you like, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, you may never find this channel again and you're gonna lose out on all these girl getting tips that I'm sharing with you. So hit that subscribe button right now and let's crack right into it, gentlemen. Guys, the first big mistake you're making when a beautiful girl looks your way is you panic and you look down at the ground or you look away suddenly like you got caught. Look, you want to think of this as like a test. A lot of younger women will desire an older guy. They'll fantasize about an older guy, but they're going to put you into either one of 2 categories. Either the older guy that is lame and boring, which is 99.9% of older men, or she'll categorize you as the older guy who is sexy, who is confident, and who is desirable. So when a younger girl looks your way, you want to think of it as like a test. You are getting a pass or fail test. And if you suddenly panic and you look down at the ground or you look away like you suddenly got caught, well, you just failed that test big time, buddy. I mean, guys, just take a second and think about what that's communicating to her. When you look away, it says to her, I'm not a confident guy. It says to her, I don't date other attractive women. It says to her, I don't have experience with other attractive women. Now, as men, we're looking more at a woman's physical features, like how long is her hair? How big are her breasts? How bright are her eyes? How much glow does her skin really have? And women too are looking at your physical features in that first moment, but their judgment does not stop there. Next, the very first thing a woman is going to do is read your face and try to peg you. How high up on that totem pole are you really? She's going to look at your face to read your smile. She's going to look at your eyes. Remember that, guys. A woman is always going to read your face and make a judgment about you on it. And if a girl looks at you and you suddenly look away in a panic, or if you break eye contact like you got caught doing something bad, then boom, she just got all the information she needs about you right there in that 1 second, and you go into the wrong category of man. Guys, I'll tell you a little story. I was doing some work in real estate, and for 6 months I was so busy. I was so incredibly busy. I was not exercising. I was not doing my morning rituals. I was not doing my visualizations. I was not going out at all. I didn't even wear nice clothes. I looked like a total bum because I had my nose to the grindstone and I just wasn't in that right headspace. And one day, because of the situation, I found myself talking to a younger woman, and I could tell that there was a little something there. I could tell that she kind of liked me because I know what signals to look for. But let me tell you guys, I could not even look her in the eyes. I just kept looking away all shy like a little boy, because in that moment, I did not feel worthy. I did not feel entitled, and societal programming was weighing heavy on me. And of course, where does this girl categorize me? Which pot does she put me into? The lame older guy, of course, not the sexy older guy, because your face does not lie, gentlemen. The eyes do not lie. I simply could not front having confidence to her because the eyes do not lie. And I could just feel her interest in me deflating because I kept breaking eye contact. I could just feel it, guys. So do not look away from a girl in a panic when she looks at you. Show her that you are a strong man who enjoys and deserves getting eye contact from a beautiful woman. Show her that you're not shy, that you're not weak, that you're not submissive, and that you're not afraid to look her back in the eye and hold that eye contact. Now, by the way, guys, before we get to that second fatal mistake when a girl looks your way, I did make a little quiz for you. 10 questions to test you on your eye contact game. You might be curious to find out how much do you really know about good eye contact? And these are deceptively tough questions, guys. I made it a little tricky. So go ahead, take my little quiz. I put a link in the description below and let me know how you scored in the comments. I'm curious to hear how you did. All right, guys, the second big mistake you're making when a girl looks your way is you start gawking at her. And this is a mistake that I used to do when I was young. And what I mean by gawking is you see the pretty girl, she looks at you, your head starts spinning around, and you start thinking, oh my God, this beautiful girl, she looked at me, I need attention from her. I need more attention from her. I need more. So you know what you do. You keep looking at her, hoping that she's gonna keep looking back at you. You keep looking at her, hoping that she's gonna keep up that eye flirting with you. And guys, look, I was really guilty of this. I used to do this all the time. Back in high school, if I caught a pretty girl looking at me, I'd want even more attention from her. So I would keep trying to look at her to see if she was looking back at me, trying to play that eye tag, because it felt so damn good to get that attention, to get that validation from the girl. No, 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 do not do this, guys. First of all, yes, a younger girl is gonna look your way to see how you're gonna react, but she's not gonna just keep looking at you. All it is, when a pretty girl looks your way, is an invitation. She's communicating to you non-verbally, hey, maybe I'm interested. I'm giving you soft permission to come up and talk to me. But a girl is simply not going to keep looking at you endlessly, guys. The big question now is, after you catch her looking at you, do you have the balls now to go up to her and introduce yourself? Do you have the balls now to take action off of her initial interest? But if you keep gawking at her, if you keep trying to check if she's still giving you that eye contact, then the girl is going to quickly get bored. All it tells her is that you are not a confident man, and she's gonna categorize you into the loser category. If you keep gawking at her, all she's gonna think is, I got this guy. I got this guy wrapped around my little finger. I already won the game, and he obviously doesn't get girls like me, otherwise he wouldn't keep looking my way like a crazy person. He is just too needy. So yeah, guys, if you start gawking at a girl, you are showing way too much interest from afar. And now that she's gotten your validation, now that she's gotten your attention, she loses interest. She gets bored, and that's why gawking does not work, guys. Now, the third big fatal mistake you're making when a pretty girl looks your way is that you're too damn serious. You're just too damn serious, guys. It's like you're giving her the serial killer death stare back, like you want to dominate her with this eye contact battle. I mean, look, when a girl looks your way, what she's doing is she's reading your face, and she can tell a lot about you just by reading your face alone. If you look down at the ground or you look away in a panic, she can instantly tell that you're insecure. If you keep gawking at her, she can instantly tell that you're a needy guy. And if you hold eye contact her with this very serious face, if you give her that emotionless death stare, then she's going to infer that you are creepy as fuck. That maybe you might just cut off her head and stick it on a pike in your front lawn. I mean, she doesn't know, right? She doesn't know. When you give a girl a very serious face, when you give no emotion back, when you give her that death stare, then she cannot tell if you are a friend or if you are a foe. She literally cannot tell because you are giving her absolutely nothing to read off of. So guys, this is very, very important. When a girl looks your way, you have to give her some kind of emotion. You have to give her something that she can read, something friendly, something positive. For example, you can give her a playful smirk, you can give her a smile, you can point at her like, I caught you looking. You can playfully wave her over. You can give her mixed signals to create a little bit of mystery, to create a little bit of curiosity, like smile at her, but roll your eyes at her a little, but give her some emotion. Give her something. Now, the fourth big mistake you never want to make when a girl looks your way is acting too cool. Never act too cool for school. You know when that pretty girl looks your way and then you act like you didn't even notice she was checking you out, even though of course you noticed. Of course you noticed she was checking you out. And you might be thinking, well, I'm just gonna act like James Bond. I'm just gonna create mystery. I'm just gonna be hard to get. And that's gonna get this girl to chase after me. No, guys. No. Listen, unless you have a god bod, unless you look like the perfect hunk, unless you look like her perfect 10 out of 10, a girl is simply not going to chase you that early on. Yeah, the girl might glance your way. Yeah, she might give you a little hint of interest just to see what you're gonna do. She might throw you a little feeler, but then all the rest is up to you to make something happen. All of it. And then you just withdrawing all your attention from her, just pretending like you're not even noticing her, that doesn't make you look cool. All it does is make her think that you are not interested in her. Makes her think that you're not interested in playing the flirting game with her. Guys, the fact is, you can only get away with ignoring her if you're really good looking or if you have high status with her or among her friends. But if you're just a normal dude in a normal situation, like 99.9% of us, 99.9% of the time, then the girl just thinks you're not interested and your window of opportunity with that girl shuts fast. Now, at the beginning of the video, I promised you an extra special bonus tip to get a girl to look at you once, twice, and 3 times. And to get a beautiful woman to keep looking at you repeatedly, you want to create emotion with the girl. So when that girl looks at you, you need to have an expressive face. Look back at her and smile. Give her a little head nod. Give her a little wave. Point at her and silently mouth her a little compliment. I like your shoes. When you smile, give her a come hither motion. Give her a small taste, a small sample of your personality. Show her that you are super ballsy, badass, confident with a girl like her. And yes, in some cases, that can create a little bit of surprise, a little bit of shock in a girl, but you're gonna get her intrigued in how ballsy and free-spirited you are. And now when you go over to talk to her, it's not even really a cold approach anymore. Now it's a warm approach because she's already gotten a small sample of your magnetic personality. And here's another little trick, guys. When you go up to the girl, you don't even need to say anything to her yet. Just go up to her, smile, hold eye contact, let that tension sit for a second, and give her another moment to read your face. That first approach, it can be done very deliberately, very slowly, and then you take it from there. It's up to you really what you want to say next. That's a topic for another video. But that whole initial approach is done in a very playful, easy, carefree way, guys. Like it's just no big deal. Like everyone in the world is nice to you. Of course everyone in the world is nice to you. That is what's gonna get you the best results, guys. And it's all 99.9% about nonverbal communication. And how your nonverbal communication comes across to women starts with how you feel on the inside. And how you feel on the inside starts with your inner game. And if you need a little help with your inner game, if you need a little tweaking here and there, why don't you consider signing up for coaching with me? I'll put a link in the description below. Now guys, if you combine what you've learned in this video here and you watch this one next, the 6 tips to win over a younger woman, now you're really gonna have all the tools to get that great, amazing girlfriend that you really want. So watch this video next right now.